Hey, what's up? This is Naka.
And this is Penguindad.
And we just saw frickin' 300. What was it? Rise of Empire?
Rise of Empire.
Rise of Empire, or was it Rise of Empire? Or
It
Rise
doesn't
of
matter.
the
302.
Empire? Yeah, 302. Wait. Or 300, the second movie. So it takes place during the first
Before,
movie.
during, and after.
Yeah, before, during, and after, so it's sort of doing that. Yeah, we saw the preview for Sin City 2.
Which
or one and a half.
I want to talk more about the second Sin City movie than I want to talk about this, honestly.
Yeah, really. So nothing to really of note.
This one was less testosterone, though.
Yeah, it was more ship combat. I actually kind of liked it a little more than the first one. The first one was like, oh yeah, I know this story, blah blah blah. You know, there's so many memes, and this one was like, you know, actual shit, like ship combat, like Navy stuff.
No, it felt like a
tactics.
video game. It felt like I was playing God of War
Like
with quick time events up the wazoo.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I don't know. That's the short and fat of it.
Right.
With lots of nudity.
Nudist.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that it was this. Like,
it was weird. It was like rape borderline.
The historical inaccuracies are just off the charts.
But I'm okay with historical inaccuracies in movies because
it's like, I'm not going to wear any armor because fuck you.
To be quite honest with, if they kept historical accuracies, a lot of movies would be a lot really boring or portray the protagonist as a douchebag. So I'm all for historical inaccuracies in movies as long as it keeps it awesome.
Well, I mean, a lot of movies don't really have the balls to kill off main characters anyways, so... Yeah.
But yeah, like,
I give it to them.
Yeah.
Give it to them.
Yeah. It seems like Gerard Butler needed that little extra paycheck.
I guess. I don't know. This was definitely a splurge movie.
You felt
the money just flowing out of it. Yeah. People went to go see it. I mean, they were friggin' almost like it was evenly spread, but it was pretty full.
Yeah.
For a midnight release, that was pretty full. I mean,
yeah.
You know, it's not a blockbuster, but it's you know,
they made their money.
Yeah, they made their money off for sure. Yeah. Cutscenes in a movie that look like a video game cutscene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hint to all those writers and directors wanting to make movies out of video games. Do what they did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously, it did feel like I was playing a game. I felt like I could just whip out my 360 controller, plug it into the screen.
All right, let's go straight to the horse scene. And,
wow.
And just let you guys know, this is a spoilery frickin' podcast. Yeah, podcast.
Yeah, this is a podcast. Totally a podcast.
So, right near the end, they pull this strategy. I mean,
that was the dumbest strategy.
They had a horse stashed.
That was their big ace up the sleeve. The guy's like, "You got it in the basement of the ship." Yeah. All right, we can do this. We totally got the persons by the balls because I brought a horse. Fuck you.
So they're in the ship combat. They got the main commander guy. What was his name? The
magician.
The Mysticles.
Yeah, the mystic.
The mystic. There we go.
I don't know. He sounded very magical for not a magical dude.
I don't know, some Greek name. But anyways.
Whatever.
So he pulls a horse out, and he's like with the horse and running with the horse
just
from
laying
ship to
waste.
ship, just killing everything in his path. It almost topped that.
Dude, it felt like a quick time event.
Right, but it almost topped that. The Hobbit, the second Hobbit movie with the.
You mean the third?
With the barrel armor.
Oh God, I forgot the barrel armor.
Where basically he's like tumbling down the side, just killing everything, and just like
rolling through.
And then he just bursts out of the barrel. He's like, barrel armor.
It was silly.
It was silly. Like,
and the thing is, I'm okay with silly, but you gotta do silly right, and that was dumb.
Yeah, You said during the Hobbit too, where you were like, the
Yes.
DM is being very nice to this girl.
Yeah,
but
it like with that, it just seems silly and dumb, and it was great. It was a good payoff.
Yeah.
This didn't have that payoff, and again, I hate to keep comparing it to 300, which is a dumb movie,
Right.
but before, like during and after 300, before the memes started flowing from 300,
brush your teeth.
like I'm not a manly man, but I felt so empowered. Like testosterone flowed through my body. I could shoot lasers with my testosterone after watching 300.
I mean, yeah, there's I mean, the
I didn't
blood
feel it with
was
this.
over the top because it was
It
like,
looked like cherry syrup, dude.
it wasn't really like blood, because blood kind of sprays out of you and it like foams and like mists.
It looks
and
like
it's-
all the blood looks so
it's
fake.
supposed to look like a squirt gun, and this made it look like it was like a hose on full.
I got hungry for
Like-
strawberry milk because
Yeah.
I thought if I just take a little bit of that strawberry Nesquik that keeps spilling everywhere, I could have myself some nice strawberry milk.
Right. But yeah, I mean, it was perfect. It was a perfect amount of violence. I mean,
Yeah.
not perfect. I mean, more than you would ever want in a movie. And I mean, the nudity and the
I didn't feel it, man.
Okay, so let's get to the sex scene. I'm going all over the place. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
I'm
whatever.
not doing this in order
It's
of
whatever.
chronological.
It's-
Anyway, so he goes
that
and does
is-
like
That was some.
meets up with the.
I felt I'm a man who watches a lot of pornography,
Already know.
and that made me feel uncomfortable because that
All right, so
looked rapey.
for those who didn't see it, basically there's a scene where the two, like the main character, the
The
protagonist goes to meet the antagonist, which is the commander of the other fleet, and they're she's trying to get him to surrender, and she's kind of like coming on to him, and then they start having sex, and it's like, all right, whatever, like the usual shit, and then it started to turn into like a rape, like hard rape, like he's like just going into her, like full force, like no,
Yeah.
like
And
nothing, and like
very
strangling her
softcore
too, like. But and then it's just like halfway through, and it's like surrender, and she's just like no.
And then she gets mad.
And she
he
gets
said-
mad. It's like, are you
And then
fucking
she's like, "Get this filth out of here!" If you're just okay with that quote unquote filth, after he just pretty much
It was so testosterone. It was
it
it was like a porn combined with a gore film combined with I don't know.
Okay.
I give up.
let me put it to you this way: in the row behind us was a bunch of meat-headed
Oh
bros.
yeah, and they were all like yelling shit. They're like, it was
No,
funny. 'cause
they weren't like when that scene happened. Everyone in the theater got quiet. It got uncomfortable because in America, everyone's okay with sex, but no one's okay with rape.
Yeah.
And that got really rapey. Really, everyone because at first everyone
You're
was
never ready for rape.
Because at first everyone was just like,
Sorry,
yeah, boobs.
Sorry, making the rape joke.
No, everyone was like, yeah, boobs. And then it was like, oh, no.
No,
And then it
no.
then it got quieter and quieter, and everyone was like, no, this is not cool.
Yeah.
And even she, after a while, was like, no, this isn't cool.
Yeah.
And he just kept going. I'm like, oh, please don't tell me we're about to watch a rape scene. And then it stopped, and everyone was like, thank God.
I mean,
And everyone was confused.
there were plenty of really dark scenes in the movie.
Okay. In America, everyone's cool with graphic violence.
I mean, it's not worse than the antagonist's family getting raped in front of her
that was
and killed.
Yeah.
As a kid, like she's a kid and everything. It's like, really, like that scene was more fucked up than the rape scene. Well, that's part of the rape scene.
They tied.
They tied, yeah.
Because hers was short, so it didn't sink in. But that was a long rape scene.
Yeah.
That was creepy.
Yeah, but
At least it wasn't one of
Aside
those
from
Persian
that-
dudes like. Bleh.
right. Aside from that, we had Golem, played by Hunchback of Notre Dame. Cool story, bro. I don't really have anything to say about that. It was just you're not trying, Frank Miller. Just stop. Just stop. Stop trying to make cash cow films and just make something good for once.
Let me put it like this. The 300 story that Frank Miller did was originally a one shot, I believe, and
It really was, and
it
yeah.
and the graphic novel that this is based off of, at the time that this was recorded, has not been released yet. It's coming out to kind of tie in with this movie.
Either graphic novel or that the animated things are really cool. Like they always nail it with that.
Yeah, that could have been this movie minus rape. I would have
Whatever.
I would have paid to see that with glee instead of let's get this out of the way. My unicorn horn is so ready for.
I'm trying to think of like historical inaccuracies, but
it doesn't matter.
The whole movie is
Frank Miller
just
wrote.
Fucking it's a waste.
I don't care.
It's a throwaway movie. But I mean, it definitely had better like scenes, I think, than the first one.
Also, how good could the chick fighter be if she was trained by the dude that got kicked in the pit in the first one?
Yeah, he just got kicked right into the pit in the first scene.
If the guy who trained you just gets this as Spartan, one kick, he's done.
Yeah.
How good can you really be?
Yeah, not very good.
Just saying.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, so we didn't bring up the obvious problem from the first movie, which made its way into the second movie. Slow-mo every 5 seconds.
There was less slow-mo.
There was less, but there was still too many.
And you still got
way too many.
And you still got the bush in the brows. And if you don't know what the douche in the brow is, it's the.
Oh yeah,
where it slows.
Yeah, where it slows down and there's like a deep bass or whatever. Yeah. I guess that's a trope for stupid action movies.
Also, you missed the Wilhelm scream.
I did.
Yeah.
Where was it?
Towards the end, when the boats crashed, one of the Greek soldiers fell off and screamed. I nudged you and you didn't know it.
Oh, I didn't notice it. Yep. Damn it! I remember when you were like nudging me too. I'm like, what?
Yeah. That was it. You missed it.
Oh well. So yeah. Pretty much the only major thing was the slow-mo that kind of bugged me, but and the rape. But that's it.
Nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
It is what you expect from the trailer.
Yep. No, the trailer gives away the whole movie, so.
Yep.
You don't even need to watch it.
Yep. Save yourself the awkwardness of seeing that rape scene and having it burn into your brain.
Sure. Okay.
Just.
You're really stuck on that rape thing, huh?
It was jacked up, man.
Dude, have you ever seen Game of Thrones?
I saw 5 episodes and said, I'm done.
You must have missed
there was like a lot of rape scenes in those first 5 episodes.
It's usually rape and then snuff. And then, like rinse and repeat.
Dicks.
And yeah, floppy dicks and rinse and repeat. So
yeah, I got enough of that.
That's a horribly popular show. I mean, it's visceral, I guess, as the word that they use, the buzzword that they use. Whatever.
It's not bad. It kept getting me with shock, and I saw that it was getting me with shock, so I stopped. Because I'm like, oh my god, what the hell? I gotta see next episode. Oh my god, what the hell? Gotta see next episode.
That's the shock. Yeah.
And then a day passed, and I'm like, wow, I need to get off Netflix. So yeah, that's why I stopped watching Game of Thrones.
Xerxes.
Every time that guy came on screen,
it was like he was sitting in a position where his crotch was like right in the center of your view, and it was just.
And his voice.
It was just like, oh, and then it's just like, oh, what the fuck?
And he's just like, I am a god king, and I am also. I mean, looking at this dude, you just expect a wimpiest voice to come out, and then this big silly voice comes out.
Persian Shaq.
I just expected to like just sodomize everything in sight with his golden cod piece.
Yeah, he didn't have a role in this movie. It was like they were totally separate stories too.
He was just tying into the previous
the continuity
movie,
of the previous movie, right?
The better movie.
The better movie. Yeah, so it's the first movie. Leonidas and
the 300
and
Spartans
Xerxes
fought,
and they fought. Whatever, Persia wins. And then this one was the Mysticles versus bitch lady face. I forgot her name.
I don't know. She had a lot of mascara.
Meanwhile, Xerxes watches overhead and goes, "Oh shit!" and then Greece wins.
Yeah.
So
he reminds me of a golden shirtless Rao from Hontonoken.
Oh man, we gotta start reviewing anime.
Sorry. Sorry.
So. Yeah, you got anything else, man?
No, I mean, like I said, it was open and shut when I probably 5-10 minutes ago when I said, hey, it's not as good as the first one. Big shocker. I don't feel my testosterone. I don't feel like any awesomeness. There weren't any big glorious scenes.
All right.
It's just as dumb as the first one.
Yep.
So there you go.
Okay. Sounds good.
Well, I'm Penguin Dad.
And end credits. End roll credits. Exit stage up.
Exit stage left.
No.
Exit the
No,
picture.
that's cliche. Don't use that.
It's bad even.
And Naka. Quit interrupting our podcast! Woman!
What are you doing?
Alright.
Okay.
Later, guys.
Bye.